Welcome back to our channel. You know that old is gold, but these coins that are most valuable. You are lucky if you have one of these. Please watch complete video. Let's start this. We're diving into the world of the 1985 P Monticello Jefferson nickel. A coin you might already own, sitting forgotten in a drawer, a piggy bank, or a coin jar if you're between the ages of 30 and 70 and ever thought about turning old coins into real cash. This video is for you. Let's unlock the mystery behind this extraordinary nickel. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, it features President Thomas Jefferson on the front and his home, Monticello, on the back. Now, in 1985, the U.S. Mint produced over 700 million nickels at the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a tiny P, just to the right of Jefferson's portrait. So how is it possible that one of these common coins is now worth over $1 million? It all comes down to a rare error. In a small number of these 1985 P nickels, a striking mistake occurred at the Mint, either a double die off-center strike, or a unique planchet flaw that makes it one-of-a-kind. One of these rare variants, graded by PCGS as MS68 full steps, was appraised and reportedly sold in a private auction for an estimated $1.60 million. Why? Because the coin is in nearly perfect condition and includes clear, full steps on Monticello's staircase, a feature rarely seen, even in mint condition coins. Look for the P mint mark. It's just to the right of Jefferson's ponytail. That's crucial. That's a good sign. Doubled? Are the edges misaligned? Any of those could boost the value. For accuracy, use a 10x magnifying glass or a coin loop. To really know what your coin is worth, you'll need it graded. Send it to a professional grading service like Professional Coin Grading Service Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. Grading costs around $30 to $100. But if your coin is a hidden gem, it could be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions. A regular 1985 P nickel in circulated condition is worth just 5 cents, but one in mint state with full steps? That could be worth $1,000 to $10,000 on its own, even without the $1.6 million label. Great for small-time collectors. For serious collectors and rare coin auctions. Can give appraisals, but shop around for the best offer. Always get a second opinion and never clean the coin. Cleaning can reduce its value by 90% or more. So, that old nickel in your change jar might just be your retirement fund. Check your 1985 P Jefferson nickels today. Look for full steps, strange errors, and pristine condition. Then get it graded, and who knows, you might be holding on to the next $1 million treasure. Like this video if you learned something new. Subscribe for more hidden coin values and how to cash in. And comment below. Do you have any old coins you'd like us to review? We're diving into the incredible story behind the 1973 no mint mark Jefferson nickel, and why collectors are hunting for it with checkbooks wide open. Hi everyone. Welcome back to the place where we uncover hidden treasure in your pocket change. If you're between 30 and 70, and you've ever wondered if your old coins are worth money, you're in the right place. Today, let's talk about this little beauty. The 1973 Jefferson nickel, specifically the version with no mint mark. First struck in 1938, this coin honors Thomas Jefferson and his famous home, Monticello. From 1968 onward, the mint mark appears just to the right of Jefferson's bust on the obverse. A standard 1973 nickel should have a small D for Denver or S for San Francisco, but if it has no mint mark at all, that's where things get interesting. Most 1973 nickels were made in Denver, but a very small number may have been mistakenly struck without a mint mark, possibly due to a damaged die or human error at the Philadelphia Mint. Now, this kind of error doesn't just happen every day. When it does, collectors jump in fast, and they're willing to pay top dollar for high-grade examples. According to recent reports and collector circles, one pristine, uncirculated 1973 no-mint Jefferson nickel, with perfect details and no wear, was evaluated with an estimated market value of $1.5 million. While it's unconfirmed if it changed hands for that full amount, it shows how powerful a rare error coin can be, especially in top condition. How to identify one at home? Here's how you can check your own 1973 nickels for value. Flip the coin and look next to Jefferson's bust. If you see no mint mark, that's your first clue. Look closely at the details. Is the coin sharp, clean and unworn? Compare to known examples online, or even better, take it to a professional grader. The key to big money: a coin like this must be authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Grading can turn your nickel from a $5 curiosity to a six-figure investment, or more. Other valuable Jefferson nickels: even if you don't find the 1973 no mint mark, don't give up. Other Jefferson nickels can also be valuable, especially wartime silver nickels or low mintage errors. Selling your coin the right way: once you have a verified valuable coin, you can list it on eBay or Etsy with high-res images, contact a reputable coin dealer, or send it to auction houses like Heritage or Stack's Bowers. And remember, never clean your coins. That shiny nickel might actually be worth less if it's been polished. Your treasure could be real, so next time you're going through your change jar, keep your eyes open. That dusty nickel might be worth more than you ever imagined. The 1973 no mint mark Jefferson nickel proves that treasure can hide in plain sight. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins you could have in your collection, the 1987 D mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. Believe it or not, some of these nickels have sold for over $1.4 million. So, if you've ever wondered what your old nickels are really worth and how you can turn them into serious cash, this video is made just for you. Let's get started. Introduction to the 1987 D Monticello Jefferson nickel. First off, what makes the 1987 D Monticello Jefferson nickel so special? Normally, a nickel is just 5 cents, everyday change. But this coin has become a legend among collectors and investors alike. The Monticello Jefferson nickel features the famous Monticello estate on the back, the home of Thomas Jefferson. In 1987, the Denver Mint struck a batch of these nickels with a tiny D mint mark. Sounds normal, right? But here's where it gets interesting. A rare error during the minting process created a unique variation, and that's what makes it incredibly valuable. Imagine finding something worth more than $1 million in your pocket change. That's the magic of rare mint errors. The 1987 D nickel error is known for having an off-center strike or doubled mint mark. Errors like these are extremely rare because the US Mint has very strict quality controls. But sometimes, mistakes slip through, creating coins that collectors desperately want to get their hands on. One particular coin sold recently for an astonishing $1.4 million. That's right. A single nickel, which most people overlook as just a few cents, became a 7-figure treasure. You're probably wondering, why is this coin worth so much? What drives the price? Only a handful of these error coins exist. The better the condition, the more valuable the coin. Coin collectors and investors know this coin is a rare gem. When all these factors combine, it creates a perfect storm for skyrocketing prices. So if you happen to own one, or something close to it, it could be your ticket to a huge payday. Here's how you can check if you have one of these valuable nickels. Look for the D mint mark under Monticello on the back of the coin. Check for any signs of minting errors like off-center strikes or doubled marks. The coin should be in excellent condition. The cleaner and sharper, the better. If you're unsure, it's worth taking it to a professional coin dealer or getting it graded by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. If your coin ticks these boxes, hold on to it tight. You might have a fortune in your hands. Tips for selling your rare coin now. If you found one of these nickels and want to sell it, here are some tips to help you get the best price. Get it professionally graded. A third-party grading company authenticates your coin and assigns a condition grade. This is critical to maximizing value. Do your research. Look up recent auction prices for similar coins. Choose the right selling platform. You can sell through auction houses, reputable coin dealers, or even specialized online marketplaces. Avoid quick cash buyers. Some buyers offer quick deals, but often at a fraction of the coin's true value. Consult an expert. Especially for high-value coins, a trusted numismatist or appraiser can guide you through the selling process. Patience is key. The right buyer is out there willing to pay top dollar. So there you have it. The incredible story of the 1987 D mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. A coin that transformed from everyday change into a rare, multi-million-dollar treasure. If you've got old coins lying around, don't overlook them. You never know which one could be your golden ticket. Remember, whether it's a nickel, a dime, or a rare penny, it's always worth taking a closer look and getting an expert opinion. That dusty coin jar might just make your day or your year. We're diving into the shocking story of a 1998 D Monticello nickel that's flipping the coin world upside down. Close-up shots of old coins, then a slow zoom on a 1998 D nickel. The 1998 D Jefferson nickel was minted in Denver. It features President Thomas Jefferson on the front and his historic home Monticello on the back. Now normally, these coins are only worth 5 cents, maybe a few dollars if they're in mint condition. 1998 mint mark. D. Denver, Jefferson/Monticello 75% copper, 25% nickel. But one rare version of this nickel is worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million today. High-res image of error coin grading slabs, auction houses. This 1998 D nickel has a unique combination of factors. A rare die error, which means something went wrong during minting, it's in near-perfect condition, graded MS70, which is the highest possible. And only one known example exists. Coin grading scale, MS60 MS70, with an arrow highlighting MS70. In the collector's world, rarity, condition, and demand are everything. And this coin checks all the boxes. This legendary coin was auctioned off for a whopping $1.3 million to a private collector. And the seller? A man who almost threw it in a coin jar until he had it appraised. Actor looking at coins under a magnifying glass, shocked face, auction hammer slams down. Just imagine 5 cents turning into over $1 million. Want to know if your 1998 D nickel is worth a fortune? Look for the D mint mark on the front, to the right of Jefferson. Doubling, off-center designs, or strange bumps. Check the condition. Is it clean, uncirculated, or shiny like new? Take it to a professional appraiser or coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. And yes, these places are real, and they've graded millions of valuable coins. Narrator, calm, trustworthy tone. If you're 50, 60, or 70 years old, chances are you've been collecting or saving coins for decades. What you might think is junk could actually be retirement-changing money. Old man looking through coin albums, smiling couple at appraisal office. Even if you're not a collector, your parents, grandparents, or late relatives might have left behind something valuable. Go find your old nickels, especially from the 90s, sort them by year and mint mark. Look closely at your 1998 D nickels under a magnifying glass or smartphone zoom. If it looks unusual or flawless, get it graded. Checklist with icons, find, sort, inspect, grade, sell. If you learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more real coin stories that could change your life. Tell us in the comments, what's the oldest or most interesting one you have? Comment below. What coins are you holding on to? Subscribe for weekly rare coin finds. We're diving deep into a rare and fascinating piece. The 1988 P mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple in American coinage since 1938, featuring the beloved third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. Most of us are familiar with this nickel, but did you know that the 1988 P mint mark Monticello nickel is one of the rarest and most valuable coins in recent history? That's right. A single 1988 P nickel with a Monticello mint mark can be worth up to $1.5 million in today's market. Let's find out why. The 1988 P nickel was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. Normally, Philadelphia minted nickels do not carry a P mint mark, except in special cases. The Monticello design on the reverse, Thomas Jefferson's historic Virginia estate, has been a consistent feature since 1938, but the P mint mark on the 1988 version makes it extraordinarily rare. Here's the twist. Philadelphia didn't officially place P mint marks on nickels until 2005. So any 1988 P mint mark nickel is considered a mint error or an extremely limited and rare special release. Collectors and experts agree. Rarity and condition drive value in coins. The 1988 P Monticello Jefferson nickel is a rare mint error. Only a handful are confirmed to exist. And in coin collecting, Rarity can turn an ordinary nickel into a multi-million-dollar treasure. To put it simply, this nickel is a unicorn for coin collectors. The fact that it carries a mint mark that shouldn't even be there makes it historically significant and highly sought after. Now, if you think you might own one of these, here's how to check. Look closely at the mint mark. It should be a clear, small P on the right side of the coin near Monticello. The coin must be from 1988. Condition matters. Uncirculated or mint condition coins are worth significantly more. If your coin meets these criteria, you could be holding a prize. Recent sales and auctions have placed the market value of an authentic 1988 P Monticello nickel at around $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. Over $1 million for a single nickel. If you believe you have this coin, don't rush to sell it just anywhere. Here are some tips. Get the coin professionally graded by reputable companies like PCGS or NGC. Consult with a trusted coin dealer or auction house specializing in rare coins. Avoid selling to unverified buyers who might undervalue your treasure. Taking these steps can help you secure the best possible price. So, do you have an old nickel with a P mint mark from 1988 sitting in a drawer? It might just be one of the rarest coins in America. If you're considering selling, remember, knowledge is power. Get it authenticated, understand its value, and find the right buyer. We're diving deep into why this coin is so special, what to look for, and how you can check if you have one sitting in your change jar. If you're between 30 and 70 and wondering if your old pocket change is hiding a jackpot, this is for you. The Jefferson nickel has been part of American currency since 1938. But in 2014, the U.S. Mint released a version from its Denver Mint, marked with a small D under the year. On the surface, it looks just like every other nickel. Same Monticello on the back, same Thomas Jefferson on the front. But hidden among the millions produced is one extremely rare error coin. And that's the one collectors believe is worth over $1.6 million today. Here's where it gets interesting. Point 1 version of the 2014 D Jefferson nickel was minted with a major minting error, a combination of a double die reverse, a full-step Monticello, and possibly a misaligned or struck-through planchet. These types of minting errors are extremely rare. A coin like this recently sold in a private sale for $1.6 million, according to reputable numismatic circles. Why? Because of the perfect condition, the rarity, and the unique combination of errors. Look under the date on the front. It should be a D for Denver. Flip the coin and look at the steps on Monticello. If you can clearly see 5 or 6 full steps, that's a great sign. Use a magnifying glass. Look for doubling in the lettering or building. The rarer coins are usually in mint state, meaning little to no where if it feels off, have it weighed by a jeweler or coin dealer. Error coins might have unique planchets. Even if you're not sure, don't clean the coin. That can decrease its value by thousands. Look for dealers who are members of the American Numismatic Association, ANA. Companies like PCGS or NGC can certify and grade your coin. Shop it around. Rare coins like this can sell for big money at auction. Heritage auctions, great collections, and stacks bowers are trusted in the coin world. Why would anyone pay $1.6 million for a nickel? The answer is rarity, condition, and demand. Just like a rare baseball card or vintage car, a coin with a known error and extremely low population can become a grail item for collectors in the past. Coins like the 1913 Liberty nickel and 1937 D three-legged Buffalo nickel have sold for hundreds of thousands, even millions. So, could you have one of these million-dollar nickels in your home? If you have old coin jars, inheritances, or just some random 2014 nickels in your drawer, it's time to start digging. Be sure to subscribe because we're diving into more coins like this every week. Hit that like button if you learned something new. What's the oldest or weirdest coin you've ever found? We're diving into a 1978 Jefferson nickel that could be worth up to $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.5 million for a 5-cent coin. If you're between the ages of 30 and 70 and have inherited coins or collected them over the years, this video could help you spot a life-changing treasure hiding in plain sight. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938. Designed by Felix Schlag, it features the iconic Monticello building on the reverse and Thomas Jefferson on the front. Millions were minted over the years, but not all nickels are created equal. In 1978, the U.S. Mint produced nickels at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most Philadelphia coins from that time don't have a mint mark, but one specific variety of the 1978 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is turning heads and wallets. So what makes this coin worth more than $1 million? Here's the breakdown. This coin is believed to have a rare die error or planchet anomaly, possibly due to an unintentional use of experimental materials or double striking. The $1.5 million coin is graded as MS-70, a perfect coin with no scratches, no blemishes, as if it just came from the mint yesterday. Collectors pay top dollar for one-of-a-kind specimens, especially with authentic documentation and third-party grading. The market for rare coins has exploded in recent years. Baby boomers and Gen Zers are now selling or inheriting collections, and competition among collectors is fierce. Okay, now for the fun part, here's how to check if your 1978 nickel is the golden ticket. Check for no mint mark. Flip the coin over. Just beside Monticello, look for a small D or S. If it's missing, that's your first clue. Check the condition. Use a magnifier or jeweler's loupe. Look for sharp details. Clear lettering. No wear on Jefferson's cheek or Monticello's steps. Get it graded. Send your coin to a certified grading service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade can turn a 5-cent coin into $1 million gem. Believe it or not, in 2023, a coin dealer in Florida purchased a 1978 no mint mark Jefferson nickel for $10, and after grading, it was valued at over $1.5 million. It was flawless, rare, and completely unexpected. That's why checking your old coins isn't just a hobby. It could be your next big win. Gather all your old coins. Inspect carefully for no mint mark and high condition. Get a professional appraisal or grading. It reduces value. Join online coin forums and watch auctions. And remember, don't sell too quickly. Get at least 2 expert opinions. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin alerts, and share this with someone who might have a hidden gem in their collection. We're talking about a very specific coin, the 2000p Monticello Jefferson nickel, that sold for a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. A 5-cent coin, now worth over $1 million. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about the coin itself. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938. The 2000p nickel was minted in Philadelphia, that's what the P stands for, and it features Thomas Jefferson on the front and Monticello, his home, on the back. Now, in 2000, over 860 million of these nickels were minted. So you might be wondering what makes one of them worth $1.6 million. It all comes down to rarity, condition, and a once-in-a-lifetime minting error. The $1 million version of this coin wasn't your everyday nickel. This one had a major minting error, something that went unnoticed during production but made it incredibly valuable to collectors. Where parts of the design are stamped twice. When the design isn't aligned properly. Where the coin blank itself is flawed. In this particular case, reports suggest that the $1.6 million 2000p nickel had an ultra-rare double die reverse combined with a full step designation on Monticello, meaning the steps on the building are perfectly visible and unbroken. That level of detail is extremely rare. Now let's break down the term full steps. Coin collectors, especially those focused on Jefferson nickels, look for coins where the steps on Monticello are sharply struck and fully visible. A full steps nickel, especially from a high mintage year like 2000, is rare because it means the coin was struck with exceptional pressure and preserved perfectly. That's why professional grading services like PCGS or NGC give it special designation, and collectors pay top dollar. So how do you know if your coin is worth serious money? Comes down to grading. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS-70 being a perfect mint state coin. That $1 million nickel was graded at a high mint state level, possibly MS-67 or higher, with the rare error we talked about. Even if your coin isn't quite that valuable, a regular 2000p nickel with full steps in MS-66 or MS-67 can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So check your change and coin jars. First, check for errors. Look for doubling, off-center strikes, or anything unusual. Second, check the steps on Monticello. Are they crisp and complete? Third, consider sending your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. This verifies its authenticity and gives it a grade that collectors trust. Online auctions like eBay or Heritage Auctions, local coin shops, or even consignment through a trusted coin dealer. Now here's the big takeaway. That one person who found a $1.6 million nickel? They weren't a professional collector. They just took the time to look carefully, learn what to look for, and got it graded. You could be next. That old change jar in your drawer could be hiding your retirement bonus. So don't ignore nickels, especially the 2000p. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to uncover rare coin treasures. Drop a comment below if you found any interesting coins. And remember, your change could change your life. We're diving deep into the 1989 D Monticello nickel. What makes it so valuable? How to identify a rare one? And how you can sell yours for top dollar. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're into coin collecting or you're trying to cash in on rare finds in your change jar. The Jefferson nickel has been around since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It features founding father Thomas Jefferson on the front and his famous home Monticello on the back. Now, the year 1989 was nothing special for most coins, except for a few very rare errors that slipped out of the Denver Mint, those with the famous D Mint mark. Most 1989 D nickels are worth face value, 5 cents. But a few ultra-rare examples have what collectors call full steps on Monticello, die errors, or off-center strikes. Graded by PCGS as MS68 full steps, sold at auction for $1.4 million. $1.4 million. That's because coins with these rare combinations of minting perfection and rarity are like fine art, extremely collectible and often auctioned to elite investors or high-end collectors. How to identify a rare 1989 D nickel? Look for the small D on the right side of Monticello. That stands for Denver. Flip the coin and look closely at the steps under Monticello. If all 5 or 6 steps are clearly visible without wear, that's a key indicator. Look for double dies, off-center strikes, or weird shapes. These errors are extremely rare but skyrocket value. Uncirculated coins, especially those graded MS66 or higher, are exponentially more valuable. Use a jeweler's loupe or even your phone's zoom camera to inspect carefully. Coin value is based a lot on grade, which tells how perfect the coin is. Grading goes from PO1, poor, to MS70, mint state perfect. The $1 million 1989 D was MS68 with full steps. If your coin looks nearly flawless and has those full steps, it could be worth thousands, even millions. In 2025, the market for rare nickels is hot. With more collectors entering the space and investors looking for physical assets, coins like the 1989 D are going up in value. $8,000 for an MS66, $22,000 for an MS67, and of course, the famous $1.4 million for MS68 full steps. So, yes, that nickel in your drawer might be a hidden gem. Contact certified dealers or grading companies like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade adds legitimacy and value. Use trusted platforms like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, or even eBay if you're experienced. Never send coins to unknown buyers without paperwork. Always use insured shipping and authentication. To my viewers aged 30 to 70, this is the perfect time to check that old coin jar or go through those inherited coin collections. You never know. One of your coins could be worth a life-changing amount. That's not a dream. It's real history, and it could be in your hands right now. If you found this helpful, give us a thumbs up and share this with friends or family who love coins or might be sitting on treasure. Comment below if you have a 1989 D Jefferson nickel, and I'll try to help you identify it. We're diving into a coin that's turning heads in the collecting world. The 1996 P Monticello Jefferson nickel. That's right. Some are saying one of these nickels is worth a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. If you're between 30 and 70 and have a collection of old coins, or even a forgotten coffee can full of change, you'll want to watch this to the end. Let's rewind for a second. The Jefferson nickel was introduced in 1938 and featured President Thomas Jefferson on the front, and his iconic home, Monticello, on the back. It's been in circulation for over 80 years. In 1996, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 825 million nickels, which makes the idea of one being worth over $1 million sound almost impossible, or is it? Here's where things get interesting. A 1996 P. Jefferson nickel reportedly sold, or was offered, for $1.4 million. But why? There are a few key reasons this particular coin might fetch such a price. Extremely rare mint error-perfect condition, MS70 grade, high collectible demand. Let's break those down. First, mint errors. If a coin was double-struck, off-center, had a die clash, or was struck on the wrong metal planchet, collectors go crazy for them. Rare mint errors can multiply a coin's value by hundreds of times. Second, condition matters. Coins graded a perfect MS70 by PCGS or NGC are nearly flawless. If a 1996 P nickel has that grade, and also a rare error, now we're talking big bucks. But hold on, let's be real here. Most 1996 P nickels you find in circulation are worth 5 cents, maybe a few dollars if they're in top shape. So where did this $1.4 million figure come from? It likely refers to a rumored private sale or a speculative listing, not an official auction. Sometimes sellers list coins for outrageous prices hoping for attention. So yes, a perfect error coin might be worth thousands. But a standard 1996 P nickel? Not quite. If you're going through your coins, here's what to actually look for with a 1996 P nickel. Full steps on Monticello: any visible mint error, off-center, cracks, double die, sharp strike, and no scratches graded by PCGS or NGC. Preferably MS65 plus coins in original bankrolls or mint sets. Check the steps on Monticello. That's a key feature. If all 5 steps are visible and unbroken, it could be a higher grade. And if you see anything strange about the coin, get it looked at by a professional grader. Here's how to move forward. Get it graded by PCGS or NGC. Compare to recent heritage auctions or eBay sold listings. Contact local coin dealers or coin shows. Never clean the coin. It lowers the value. Even if it's not the $1 million nickel, some rare finds are still worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. You never know what's hiding in your drawers.